So welcome to my very first vlog. I never thought I would be doing this, but I think that it's important for us to see the actual life of a Christian. The actual lifestyle in my own life. So that's what I hope to portray in this video, that you will be watching, like the lifestyle of a Christian and how it really is. Like, it's not, it can be depicted as one way, but this is how it actually is, at least for my life. Are you gonna leave us here? I am about to head to IHOP for my, that was bad. I'm about to head to IHOP for my Bible study date. Okay, let's get this show on the road. It's so dark. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is my date. You're fine. So.
First Corinthians 13, the love chapter.
Okay, so Bible study's over, and I'm gonna share some points on what stood out to me today. It is 11:42. Can you see that? 11:42. My breakfast date is over. I am now trying to figure out if I want to, oh yeah, so I think I'm going to go to a sister's house. Yeah, so I have to go run a few errands, and I'm gonna take you guys with me. Okay, so I totally forgot that I was vlogging. So, I went to pick up Elizabeth, and we are now running errands. We went to Bell's, and we went to different stores, Bell's, Ross. We are currently at Panda Express. We are at Panda. And I've arrived home. Oh, look who it is.
Not mine.
Hi, Yuri.
I love them.
How was your time at IHOP?
We had a good time. It was very fun. Thanks.
Okay, so something's happening with my camera, but so I'm off to church. It's been a long day. Quite a few things to do. But if I didn't say already, so we have church at 7 p.m., which is why I'm just not leaving, which is why I didn't go to church this morning. Typically before I go, I try to, like, you know, get my mind focused, because we can be doing so much throughout the day. So much can happen throughout the day. So much can be said throughout the day. We can encounter so many different things. And when you're going to the house of God, like your mind needs to be focused on Him and not yourself, if that makes sense. So I'm off to the house of God.
We lift your name on high, for you are the morning star. Here we are, God, once again, Lord, fill our hearts as we're in this place.
They don't want to put sugar. How are you guys?
Well, if you are really familiar with John's teachings, John said this. John taught this. John he says that to them. Oh, John said this. This is what John meant. This is who John was talking about.
Okay, so we are off to Bible City. Alright, so I'm here. Take these out. Oh, wow. Jeez. It's very bright. No, this is actually a video. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hello.
What?
16 tomorrow.
What's your name?
My name is Victoria Williams.
It's
not about you.
Wait, the security guard is leaving. So guys, we are gonna be late for Bible study. What?
You guys probably will.
I will probably be late to class. Oh, are you gonna leave us here?
Maybe.
Wow.
If I position myself to benefit that which is great, then I benefit as the greater increases. That makes sense? But if I am unaware, if I am so consumed about me without regard to the whole, then I'm gonna miss opportunities to receive from the exchange, the engagement. I'm gonna miss it. I'm not paying attention.
Okay, so I am just now making it home from Bible study. I wanted to go over some points that stood out to me because I think that these points can also help you in your salvation. So 2 things that stood out to me tonight was we can revert if we do not stay refreshed. And so what that means to me is that we have lots of questions about how to overcome, and I think one of the most vital components to overcoming is staying refreshed. And what does that mean? I mean, staying refreshed in my mind means to stay refreshed in the presence of God. Stay refreshed meaning that I always have to be updated. You know, like how People want to be, you know, updated with the newest fashions, updated with the newest brands, updated with, you know, what's going on that's new in society. So the Christian has to be updated on what God is saying, what God is expecting from them, because I can't still be operating based off of what he gave me yesterday, but every day he's giving new mercies, and so I have to be in position to receive those new mercies. So yeah, and so the second point that I thought was like mind-blowing was basically doubting God leads to confusion about ourselves. And it reminded me of going back to the beginning with Adam and Eve. Like, Eve doubted that God was who he said that he was, and we know that she doubted that God said that God was who he said he was, because Satan got her to have a new perspective of who God was. Satan got her to believe that God was withholding something from her that could be beneficial to her, and so she started to doubt her perspective of God. And with that, we see then after that, now her perception of herself was then distorted. Now she needs leave. Now she needs leaves to cover herself. Now they need, now they need outside things from the world, when before they were content with everything that God had given them. So when we doubt God, it leads us to confusion about who we are as people, and we can't be confused about who we are, because if I'm confused about who I am, then my work, like, there's gonna be confusion in my work. Like, it's gonna be unbelief in my work. My work, the things that I do, is gonna be tainted. So we just got home from the Bible of the study, and it was quite nice. I might say.
Hi vlog. It was a very good Bible study. We learned about being committed to the process of what God is doing. Yes, I actually have my DIY t-shirt that I made.
So
that matches my wall.
My favorite point from tonight's Bible study was that joy is an acronym, and it stands for Jesus, others, and then yourself. I thought that was very beautiful, because it shows the sacrifice that it takes to be a Christian.
Yes.
So yeah. Until next time.
See you later, alligator.
And a wild crocodile.
I was wondering if you knew it.
In the process of me creating this vlog, I experienced a huge life change, and yeah, I kind of wanted to catch you guys up, so because the Christian's life is not like, it's not all daisies and roses and nice quality pictures, but it is transformation. In order for something to be transformed, it has to endure the fire, and it has to endure the remaking and the reshaping of itself. And so as people, we are people, and we, like, as believers, we are supposed to be going through the reconstruction of ourselves, because we are there's an individual who the Lord wants us to be, and so we have to submit to that process of being. And so in that, what that can look like is different is you encountering different things in your life. So earlier this week, the first thing that happened was I received a message from someone from my past, someone that I know from my past, and I no longer talk to this person because we're going in two different directions in life. And they basically reached out to me, and basically was prophesying. One of the things that makes that can make you a false prophet is when your lifestyle is not consistent with one that is hearing from God. God has expectations for us, and we can be taking in so much from this world, so much information, so many different things, so many different beliefs, and even culture, and and you have all of that on the inside, and you may be trying to seek after God, but you have to put down everything else in order for you to hear God clearly on what he's saying. And so with that being said, someone did reach out to me and was just speaking against the lifestyle that I am living. You're doing too much, or it doesn't take all of that to serve God. They don't feel as if it takes all of what I'm doing to serve God. They don't serve God like I serve God. They don't serve the God of the Bible, but they serve. A lot of people profess to serve Jesus, but they don't serve him in the way that they should, and they don't serve him because like he has expectations. And you may say, well, nobody's perfect, and you know, I'm doing the best that I can, but in reality we are not doing the best that we can. And we a lot of times, speaking for myself as well, we use excuses for why we are not upholding the standard of God in the world. And so yeah, people on the outside may feel as if you're doing too much because you read the Bible and you implement what it is that the Word of God says. You read the Word of God and you implement what it is that the Spirit of God is telling you. You know, you're living to please God. A lot of people are not living to please God, even though they are professing to know Jesus. They haven't laid down their lifestyles. And so if you decide that you want to lay down your life, you may be despised, because that's what Jesus had to endure himself. He had to endure people around him that were religious, like they knew the scriptures, but they felt as if he was not upholding the standard, and Jesus Christ was the standard. So I don't really want to go too much into that, but that happened to me earlier this week. It can be discouraging if you allow it to, you know, because people are on the outside and they are pronouncing judgment on what you're doing. But that's why Jesus told us to endure. You know, when the disciples asked, well, like you have all these standards that you want us to uphold, who can do this? Who can do this? Jesus responded to them and he said, strive. He said, strive. He told us to strive. The Word of God says that the way to destruction is very broad, and the way to everlasting life is very narrow. So he told us to strive, because everybody's not going to be accepted. So yeah, the day we went to IHOP, the day I went to IHOP, which you're gonna see, or which you have already seen, I lost my notebook. You may say it's just a notebook, but I've had this notebook for a very long time, and it had so much in it. Like, I wrote so much in it, and yeah, it just made me sad, because it's like I needed all of that. But one of the things I got from that, you know, with what I'm about to say next, is that the Lord is taking me into something new, and he wants me to be open and available for what he's about to do. And so I'm gonna be journaling for the journey and what's to come. And lastly, I lost my job. I kind of felt like it was gonna happen. I kind of felt that it was gonna happen, but I was kind of like just hoping that it didn't happen. I had been working there for a little over a year, and it's a part of the shaping. Like, it's a part of the process. Like, things are gonna happen, and things are gonna happen because the Lord wants to see how you're gonna react. He wants to see how you're gonna react. He wants to see how, you know, are you gonna fold under pressure, or are you gonna keep going? Because you are only gonna be able to go from face to face, glory to glory, if you endure what's happening around you. So it's like, okay, this happened. How do I, you know, it's really right now, it's really about, for me, it's staying focused on the Lord, because things are like, the world can be falling down, buildings can be falling down. Like, I have to be able to focus on God, because God is the one that is in control. I'm not in control. So everything the Word of God says, unless the Lord build a house, they that labor, they're laboring in vain. So it's like, you can do all the preparing, you can do all this, you can do all of that, but if the Lord doesn't blow upon it, as it says, I believe in the book of Habakkuk, like, if the Lord doesn't blow on it, then it's not going to be blessed. And so we ultimately have to submit to God and what he's doing. Like, I have to submit to the Spirit of God, because he's the only one that's going to see me through. You know, he's the only one that's going to see me through. He's the only way that I'm going to be able to endure these things. Like, it's the only way that I'm going to be able to endure that. Yeah. We're in a new season. I'm in a new season. He's taking me through a new season. You know, as the seasons are changing, I have to be flexible with them. Have to be flexible. We cannot allow our emotions to overtake us, because it's gonna make us unstable. And what the Lord wants ultimately for us is for us to be stable. And in every season, like what Paul said, like I know how to abound and I know how to be abased. This situation or I'm in this situation, and we're striving to be like that. So yeah.